So we had a few problems, with work, getting there on time because of the therapist and all. So my husband decided to leave work after we went through some problems where we could have actually maybe sued our company for sexual harassment, but I didn't do stuff like that because I loved my job and I loved everybody I worked with. I had a guy come into the office all the time and be really nice to me and rub my shoulders and everything. And I reported him, and the owner of the company called me and asked me if I wanted him fired because I meant more to him than he did. And I said no. I didn't want anybody to lose their job, and I just wanted him to leave me alone. And he said done. So when my husband decided to go work, he asked the owner if he could work at night, where they had an opportunity where they were making $900 a week or more. And back then that was a lot of money. He said yes, but what was happening was he was being sabotaged by all the other people that were in the warehouse that knew that I reported the guy and almost got him fired, but I don't know why, but I saved his job, and they sabotaged my husband to the point where he went back to being a driver, and it wasn't working out, and I wound up going out on disability, mental disability. It was really upsetting to us, and our whole lives were being turned upside down. I was going, running back and forth, trying to get the therapy, and I was rushing my kids all the way down, like 40 minutes away, to get them to my grandmother so she can babysit them while I was waiting for my husband to get done work. And then it was really getting hard. I was forgetting whether I was going through red lights, or I didn't know what was going on. It was getting really bad. So I left on disability, and when I came back, my boss asked me, why I had to be on disability and what was wrong, and I told him, that it was really challenging and tough to, be raising a kid with autism, and and he said, why? He said, doesn't he just sit there? How hard can that be? And I couldn't believe that he said that, and that started the spiral of, let's just, get out of this company because they don't want to work with us anymore, even though we were there for them for 11 years, never took a day off, came to work sick. It was just unbelievable how they turned their backs on us when we really needed them most, and we were always there for them. So my husband got a job at another company, and he worked at night, and then so did I, so I had to actually leave my job. But he was making both our incomes. So that was great. And we so what happened, all the people at that job, they always get jealous with newcomers that come in, and they were always trying to make sure that he didn't reach his quota, and then he was laid off, and they offered him a job to mop the floors because they felt bad for him. And so we decided for him to go to be a truck driver, and so he went to truck driving school while he was on unemployment, and unemployment ran out before he even got truck driving school, so things were really tough. Things were very tight. We just just kept on going and kept on going for our kids. And um, so, you know, he was an over-the-road truck driver. And then after that, we opened up a business in Roxborough, Pennsylvania called Checkpoint. It was a gaming, like a gaming center where you can go in and play Xbox and have birthday parties and play Rock Band with all your friends. And it was great. It was a great place. And we're kind of, sad that it's gone because we have a very big debt from it still. And we opened it up in 2008 and we had to leave it 2010. And we have a very big debt that we still pay off till this day, and it's getting nowhere. But it's okay, we just kept going and kept going, and my husband was looking for the right kind of job and went through a few jobs, and of course we were broke, and we were living with, living at my mother-in-law's duplex at the time, and we wound up staying there, and for I think 2012 or 11, and then we moved to my mother's house where, I would say the better of our life started there. I was very happy. I got Parker into the school that I always wanted to get him in. When he first started going to school, when we lived in Camden, he went to Forest Hill School, then he went to Molina School, and then when we went over into Pennsylvania, he went to J. Hampton Moore School, which was a really good school for him, and they helped me get him potty trained by 9 years old. They told me that he would never be able to talk. At 10 years old, they took him off of individual group speech, and the guy, his name was Tom, he was a speech therapist, told me that in his opinion that if a child with autism did not talk before they were 10 years old, that they would never talk. So I wasn't very happy about that, and I disagreed, and I never gave up on trying to get him to talk. And his teacher, who missed him very much when we moved to my mother's, he came over for his birthday along with his aide Mary, and they actually heard him say, "Yes, it does." They gave him a toy, and they were saying that it was a Buzz Lightyear toy, and they were saying that the helmet didn't come off, and he was holding it, and he said, "Yes, it does," and they heard him say it, and that was back in 2011, 12, something like that, and now it's 2017. He's doing a lot better, talking more. And, he has a few little things that he's going through that we've been trying to help him with, and he's doing a lot better with it. But that's why typhus was called on us. So, and I'll explain that to you. It's really sad. This is a picture that I took of the full moon on July 19th of 2016, and it looks like there's an angel above the moon. This is not a Photoshop picture at all. This came from my camera phone, and I did not see it until I was posting it. After I posted it and I looked at my pictures, that's when I saw it. I couldn't believe it. So let's see what you think. You believe that or not? I always loved taking pictures of the moon. I was born in July, so I'm a moon child. I love the ocean. I love playing games like Xbox. I started out with Pong, like total gamer. I'm in the gamer chicks. So anyhow, going to this school, I was very, very happy about it, and I just loved it. They had this the Temple Grandin squeeze machine. that she made to help her with her autism, where you just lay in it and they squeeze you and compress you, and Parker loved it. He just loved it, and he loves to be squeezed and compressed. And um, I didn't realize that at the time that they took away occupational therapy with him, and when that happened, you know, around the same time, I started noticing that he was putting on a pair of shorts. Well, first he was actually just pouring water all over himself, like he was trying to. We didn't know what it was. He just kept pouring water on himself, and he didn't even have any clothes on at the time, and he was getting my floors wet and like puddles of water on the floor to the point where he ruined them. He just totally ruined our floors, and we fixed them up as best as we could, and we didn't have the money to repair our floors, and then he started wearing a pair of shorts, just one pair of shorts, and he would wet the shorts and walk around with just the one pair of shorts. And they were wet, so we just couldn't understand, why he was doing that. So, trying to work through it, get him to not put the pants on and everything. We would throw his pants away, he'd find another pair of pants. It was always just something, and everything you tried to stop him from doing, he would find a way to do it, and it would actually be more dangerous. Like, as time went on and he started wearing another pair of pants and another pair of shorts and then another pair of shorts, and then I was talking to his school social worker about it. I didn't know what to do, and she told me to take the pants away and take him out and buy him his own pants, let him pick them out, and I did that. So he started wearing the pants, and then found another set of shorts, started wearing 3 pairs of shorts, pair of pants, soaking them, and just wearing them, and wouldn't take them off. He would hurt us and everything. He just wanted those pants on. So we were always getting calls from the nurse saying that he had a rash from it, and it actually wasn't a rash. It was a skin irritation from the water, and in the pants, just taking the moisture out of his skin. And he's a redhead, so he's very, very sensitive. He has very sensitive skin, and so we were always putting cream on it, and I was taking him to urgent care. I was doing what I needed to do, and they started questioning me and acting like I wasn't doing anything for him. And then they were telling me all the time, take him to the doctors, which they, every school, every nurse, every teacher that's supposed to know about autism would tell you to take your children to the doctor if they touched their ears, if they were holding their ears, if they were playing with their mouth, or anything that they were doing to make them think that something was wrong with them. They would always say, oh, he has an ear infection, take him to the doctors. Don't bring him back until until you have a doctor's note. And everyone, I'm like, all my friends, anybody who had a kid with autism, they would all say the same things. Like, really, you just don't understand that our kids play with their ears because they don't like sound, and things bother them, and they always swear that they have ear infections. Or if they ask your kid something and they say yes, that means that it must be for real. My kid will say yes to just about anything you ask him, and I tell them that he'll also decide that if he doesn't want to do something, he'll try and get out of it, really, by either peeing his pants to have to go to the nurse and change. He'll say he doesn't feel good and needs to go to the nurse. Or, like, basically they'll say, what's the matter? When he starts to complain, they'll say, what's the matter, Parker? Like, does something hurt you? Are you hurting? And he'll tell them, yeah. And they send him to the nurse, and then they call me and they tell me, and I'm just like, I know, okay, his skin might hurt him sometimes from from the water, but not really wasn't that bad, and sometimes it was. And it all depended. Like if he spent like a 4-day weekend at home, and um, he was spending more time at home with the water on him. And we tried and tried, and so they asked us to get services.